So Nia, like, why was NCASE made for you?
Wow. Young. Like today, for instance, I had 4 things on my things to do. 1, my hair getting done, right? 2, meeting with you, YK Creative. And then the last thing, going to this thing at Bayou Bend. You have no time if you're going from north, south, east, and west to stop at home to figure it out. No, I come prepared. I have my green drink, I have bottles of water, I have my NCASE kit, and I have myself mentally prepared. So the reason why it was created is because we're on the go. You can relate. We're always on the go, so we don't really have time to stop. We have to keep going. And yes, in an ideal world, we will want society to slow down. But guess what? It's not happening anytime soon. So NCASE, I guess, is that tool in my toolbox to allow me to continue to go. And no excuses, because a wise person told me excuses are for losers.
Right. And you don't want to stop. You don't want to have to be forced to stop, right? You have a brilliant idea. You have a great meeting to go to. And then you have to, you go through that hiccup and you have to stop and turn around. That is just, it just disturbs that whole momentum.
The flow of your day.
Exactly.
And I think a lot what happens is it's for the woman on the go. And for those moments, or for that person who's driven. And I'm not saying that we are the grail of this, but I think we're a solution. And I think this day and age, people are just looking for solutions.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about as a woman on the go, right? The pressure that we all experience in the business world, right? So we don't want to show that anything is holding us back, right? Because we got to get work done, not for just people that we're accountable to, but for ourselves. And so how convenient is it to have a tool that helps us to be ready, to be prepared, right? That's the whole purpose behind a product like NCASE. Now, this isn't a sales bug or anything like that, but philosophically, what we're talking about is, like today, the kind of day you had today, you don't want to stop. You're on a flow. You're running. You're sprinting. And the last thing you have on your mind is just, biology preventing you from moving quickly, right? But not just biology. Let's talk about, we want to always look professional. And isn't that what products like NCASE can do for women? We will always look on point. And let's talk a little bit more about that. Why it's important to always be prepared.
Well, for instance, I came here prepared. I had my bottle of water. I had my green drink. One of the kits, we have a toothbrush in it. A little miniature toothpaste infused toothbrush. No one wants to go to a meeting with yuck mouth.
You got that right. Bad breath.
No one. But you need a solution. You're not going to whip out a huge toothbrush and go into some random bathroom. But with the little toothbrush, you can do it in your car. Toss it when you get to a trash can and be done.
How about an interview? If you're going to an interview, you want to have fresh breath. Tell us a little bit more about that, how important it is for a woman. If you're competing in a man's world, we have to be prepared. And I think, nice breath, clean teeth, and how about just body odor? That's important too, right?
Yeah.
And our kits help you prepare for all those situations.
You're right. For instance, the facial wipes, mascara runs, right? I just heard something about don't use waterproof. Okay, what do? Do I want to look like a raccoon in my next meeting, or do I want to touch it up? And life happens. One of our kits, we have, some organic feminine products. If something happens to you on the go, are you going to pull over to the nearest store? Or you're going to keep going and have your kit tucked away so that you can go about your day. Yes, it's a touchy subject. But women, we have to hide who we are sometimes. But guess what? It doesn't stop. Life happens. And we're here. We're the solution. And I think it just helps me. So can I say I was a little selfish? I created a product that helps me. And there are so many people like me who go through the same life duties or about their day that things like this happen. So it helps me, and I feel like that's the first accomplishment behind it. And through that, it helps other women and women that I can relate to.
So then tell us a little bit more about what kind of women can connect with you.
All women, the working woman, the student, the woman on the go, the entrepreneur, the salesperson, any woman. We're all the same, you know. We have different personalities, granted, but little pick-me-ups, it can make your day go from a 6 to a 10. Mm-hmm. And I think MKs is one of those things that allow that day that could have been a 6 to elevate to a different level. The simple things count in life, and I'm a firm believer of that.
You know what? I agree with you. I'm that woman. I can relate to you. I am a woman on the go. And darn it, I don't want anything to slow me down. It's a competitive world, whether you're a mom or a businesswoman or whatever your role may be. You know, when you know you have something to do and you don't want to slow down, you want to be prepared. So thank you for coming up with this and actually making it happen, Nia.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear more from you, right? You're going to help us understand what is a working woman? Or I know you have something like the yoga girl and working girl. So we'll come back to that and talk about who they are and how we can help them too.
That's true. And I'm a firm believer with a great team, anything is possible. So it's not just me who created it. It's the people around me who benefited from it. So I look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.